Hello friends, welcome to another episode of my life experiences. If you are new to this channel, this is a place where we share life experiences with the hope that someone may listen, be inspired and learn from this. That is why today I've got a very dear friend of mine, Blessings Pili. She will share us her experiences, so just stay tuned and be blessed. But before we do that, I just want to take this opportunity to wish my country, Malawi, a happy Independence Day. Today we are commemorating 58 years of independence since the 6th of July 1964. So join me, friends, commemorating this day. Happy Independence Day, Malawi. Yeah, so having reached this point, I just want to ask Blessings Pili to introduce herself. Would you please tell us about yourself? Who is Blessings Pili?
Okay, thank you very much, Wesley, for inviting me on this forum. It's been a while that I've been discussing to come on this, and I have to say it's a forum that I appreciate personally. I've learned one or two things, and some things have just make you stop and think, and it's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah.
Basically, in short, Blessings is a Christian, a born-again Christian. I think Wesley described who is a born-again Christian a few weeks back, if not true. Yeah. So I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I'm also a wife, and I'm a mother to 3 amazing girls. And I'm an engineer, a civil engineer by profession.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. That's very interesting to be speaking to a professional civil engineer today, because as you know, this is a very challenging career. Most of the girls do not tend to take up this career because we associate it with sciences, and most of the girls, they shun from sciences. So today I'm so excited to speak with you, really, Blessings. Now, I just want to know from you that just tell us more about this profession of being an engineer. What is it all about? Who is an engineer?
In short, an engineer is, I would say, a problem solver. A person who uses scientific knowledge or understanding of the natural environment to design systems that will serve the humankind or will improve services in the human society. So in short, an engineer uses a scientific knowledge, design systems, bring them into being, like supervises the whole thing up to the end, and also goes through the monitoring processes, checking if it is working properly. But at the end of it all, it has to serve other people or improve the lives of the people. Yes. Okay.
So specifically, because now you've just given us broadly who an engineer is, designing systems and so on and so forth, monitoring it. But now I just want to know which exactly section of the engineering system do you belong to?
I am mostly a water engineer. I trained as a civil engineer, which encompassed structures, roads, and water, but I've mostly practiced in water. So a water engineer basically identifies the needs, the water needs of a community or a particular community or a town or a city. Then you come up with a design that will work according to that particular community. Then you put up a project in place, like how am I going to execute this design, and then you monitor the whole thing, the construction process, up to the very end.
Yeah.
So mostly I'm in water engineering, mostly water supply.
Yeah. Also interesting, very interesting, very technical, and really, I'm so impressed. And how exactly did you come to the decision? Because for me, for an engineer, I just thought maybe it's somebody who repairs radios or somebody who builds houses or makes roads. I didn't know that it's such a broad sector.
Yes,
And wow, it's so interesting, and it's a very challenging profession. I just want to know how you came to make that decision to take up this career in engineering. Did your background influence you in any way to become an engineer?
In a way, yes, but I'm not that like other people would say. Since I was young, I knew that I would be an engineer. I was playing with this, and I would design stuff and invent stuff. No, that's not my story. Mm-hmm. Actually, I decided to become an engineer just close to writing the entrance exams after the Form 4, and then when we were about to go to college. Because maybe I might explain my background a little bit when I'm talking about my Christian experience. But growing up, I thought by nearing that time where we were going to write entrance exams, I thought I'm going to be a writer.
Oh, okay.
I'll be a writer, I'm not an engineer. But I decided to become an engineer in response to that time. I was asking myself critical questions like, what really do you want to do? What impact do you want to have? Because my writing desire then was like, what will this do at this time and in this country, and what opportunities is it going to provide to me or to other people? So my challenge then, which I discovered that I want to at least contribute to or to have an impact on, was that of water supply. Because where I come from, we used to, when you go for holidays, right now they have boreholes, but then they used to have these deep wells, like 50 meters deep or more than that. So they would dig a small hole, and then you have to use a bucket that is tied to a rope. So every time we were in the village, it's like drawing that water was a challenge. And no matter how many times I did it, I never liked it. So I was like, something has to be done to make this easier at least. So that was in my village. So my grandmother has to do that almost on a daily basis. So it's like, if I hate it when I go there for 2 or 1 month, and I'm never used to this, and the actual drawing of the water was scary to me. I thought, what if these logs that are placed on top of the well slip? So that was the response. So I think this is a field that I can have an impact on. Yes.
Oh yeah. So your decision was informed by the needs of your community. So looking at your community, the challenges that the people are facing, and then you decided to respond to that need. And I think that type of line of thinking really, I mean, for your age, you were thinking like as if as an older person, because most people, we don't look at that. We just look at money. Am I going to have money here, or such kind of ideas. But for you, you were thinking deeply about solving the problems that your community was facing, and that's so inspiring, really. So if you are a youth out there and you are trying to figure out your career choices, I think this is the line of thought that we can be going with, looking at the challenges that we have in our country, Malawi, or in whichever country you are from, and looking at those needs and how you may address it. Nevertheless, I still feel like your desire for writing is still relevant, and you don't have to just throw it away. Really, blessings. You can still pursue that.
Yes, that was one of my resolutions this year as well. Because I think I should take up my writing. Actually, I was reminded of that looking at my first child's work. He was so gifted in that area of writing, and I said, I used to love this, and I said this I'm gonna pursue. So maybe by the end of this year we'll see something.
So what kind of writing do you like? Fiction or real life? What exactly are you interested in terms of writing?
Mostly fiction.
Fiction, okay.
Fiction writing.
Okay. So you just think up some ideas and you come up with the stories. That's interesting. And I think something that you may want to even consider, because these days you may also, because as a Christian, it would really be a good idea to write maybe fictional books for targeting children also.
Yes, actually,
because most of the books that are coming up for children, sometimes you may ask yourself that, is this age appropriate?
Yes.
The issues that they are sharing there, you can't just trust the world to produce information to be consumed by our kids.
Yes.
Yeah, so people like you, they really encourage me to say that at least we have a future.
Mm-hmm.
Our children are going to have a future. So I just want to encourage you that go ahead, pursue your dream, write these fictional stories, and also consider to target small children. They should look at things from a Christian perspective.
Okay.
Not necessarily maybe capturing religion, but something that is age appropriate and beneficial to the children. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to your first book. And then I'll buy it for myself, for my children. Yeah, so from your story, looking at your background, your grandmother, the problem that she's facing, and most of the villages in the rural areas of Malawi, they are facing these types of challenges, especially in terms of access to clean water.
Yes.
Access to clean water, and we tend to have so many diseases and problems coming from drinking unsafe water. Like just a few months ago, we had this cholera outbreak. Yeah, we had the cholera outbreak. Yeah, so some of these diseases that comes is just because of lack of clean water.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks so much for taking up that. So just share with us what challenges you face as an engineer.
Mostly, as an engineer, there are the common challenges that you have envisioned something and you have designed something. There are always challenges of maybe the investment that is needed.
Yeah.
So it's always a challenge to navigate the available resources and then to make sure that you come up with something that will still serve the community.
Mm-hmm.
But on a personal note, as ladies in the field, as a lady, you have to work more than your counterparts.
Yeah.
Just to prove
To
yourself.
prove yourself.
Because even if you come, a colleague of mine is here and I'm here, people will still think, they'll think, will this perform like this one? I'll still be at a disadvantage before we even start working. So you have to constantly prove yourself.
To prove yourself that I can do it.
Yes.
So they will just be thinking that you are the assistant.
Yes. You are about to climb a mountain, you are with people, and they'll say, oh, this person, something like those. You have to, this is my work, I have to do this. Yes.
Yeah, I think mindset change.
Yes.
We need to change our mindsets.
Yeah, right now we are coming up with, there's a little bit improvement. Many leaders are coming up in the profession, but still mindsets have to be changed.
Yeah.
We have to emphasize that a girl child, a boy child
Can do
it.
Why do you think that we have this mindset? Is it a challenge of our culture or just traditions? What is it really? Why we have this sort of mindset about girls being thought of to be lesser than boys?
I think they all contribute to it. Our traditions, our culture, the way we have been brought up. Yeah. It's like there are some things that have been deemed that this a girl should do. These are the jobs for the girl, like go and fetch water, but not go and design a system for water. Yours is for fetching.
We're just
water.
fetching.
Yes.
Yeah.
So casually, that's also a challenge.
Yeah. So what we are saying is that it's not only about drawing water for girls, but they can also design the system. They can implement it, they can monitor it, and make sure that the results have been achieved by the end of the day. So everyone, a boy, a girl child, we can all do this. It's possible. Yeah, so like when you were at school, or for example, if somebody is interested in pursuing this career, what subjects should they be looking at in school?
Yeah, it's deemed that mostly sciences. So you have to work hard in physical sciences, the chemistry, mathematics. Mathematics is a big deal in engineering. Geography. Yeah, even though I was not so good at geography, but I'm coming to understand the importance of it in my field. Yeah. The other language, for communication's sake, language is also important. Yes,
Yeah,
so languages, yeah, you have to work hard in those.
So when you design the system, you are you supposed to write a report?
Yes.
Where does the language come in? You are supposed to write a report and communicate, share the report, disseminate it? Or?
You have to, like, I mostly work in rural areas, so first of all, you have to understand the needs of the community, and for that, you have to learn how to communicate. Understand the community that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because without the community, then your work will not. The whole process will be impacted.
Yes, yes.
So get the buy-in of the community.
Yeah, yeah.
Understand the community, the traditions, the limitations that might impact your work. So that's where the communication part comes in. And you have to write a report about it, and throughout the whole process, the design process, you still need to be writing continuously. The execution process, you have to write up to the end, even the monitoring process.
Yeah. So this is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal. It's not a simple career. So if you are deciding to take up this career, you need to know that you should be working hard. Gather all the information that you can about this career, and you should be decisive that I want to take this head on and work hard in school, in sciences, in communication, in languages, all this subject. It's a holistic sort of approach to education if you want to be an engineer. Yeah, your people skills as you'll be communicating with whether it's the communities or whether it's your clients in whatever industry you choose to go into. And I also think with this career you can easily become self-employed. You can do your own thing.
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes. You can actually set up your own film. You can consult, do the designing part or do the construction part.
Yeah.
So you can stand on your own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Great. Okay, so you've shared everything about your career, how challenging, how demanding it is. So at the very beginning of our discussions, you also said that you are a married woman, you are a mother. So with this challenging career, how do you balance your work life balancing? How do you do it?
Honestly, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah.
But I'm saying constantly prioritizing. You have to prioritize constantly. You can't say my children come first, so I'll always be prioritizing. So there are times where you have to prioritize your targets at work. So you have to evaluate constantly, and you have to be today. What's the priority? These things can they be done only by me, or can be delegated to someone else? Making sure that your family also is not suffering.
Yes.
And by putting your family first doesn't mean that your work targets should also suffer. So you have to be evaluating constantly.
So evaluating constantly, prioritizing. Make sure that your children are not suffering, your husband is not feeling let down, and at the same time, make sure that you are able to also reach your targets. So it's a tall order, really, to be in this career.
We're still working on it.
You're still working on it, yes. Okay. What do you think? Okay, you said you are work in progress right now. And so you can say that you are not really balancing out. Some other things are suffering in the process, or what exactly do you mean by saying you're work in progress?
Yeah, there are some things that, like maybe career-wise, the growth process have been delayed because you have to take time off and then concentrate on the family
Yes.
or what. But all in all, we're still trying. We're still trying.
Yeah.
But I would say mostly the growth part on the career, because when you're starting, you're like, by this time I want to be here. By this time I move to this place. Maybe by this time I have to be on my own.
Yes.
But some things have to give.
Career growth.
Yeah.
That's a challenge that most of the working women face, because there is a lot of demand that comes on us from our families.
Yes.
Especially as a mother, we've got empathy and the connection that we have to the children. There are other things that you can't just leave for your husband. For example, for me, if my child is sick, I don't think I can concentrate at work. I have to take that child to the hospital. Even if my husband would offer to take the child to the hospital, sometimes I would say that no, I want to go because I want to monitor the child myself as a mother. So maybe this is just an instinct that God has placed in our hearts, that we should be motherly, we should be caring for our families.
Yes.
So to reach the same career growth that men has, sometimes it becomes a challenge.
Yeah, and some things have to be, sometimes maybe other people are able to balance, but in other cases some things have to be sacrificed.
Yeah. And for me, I think if you've got a chance to grow career-wise, pursue it. Yes. But if there is something else important in your family, I would say that focus on that first. Because I think as the Christian women, we are called to be a wife first. We are called to be a mother first. That is if you are married and if you've got children.
Yes.
So we need to recognize that structure. You can't just be going to work and coming out back at night, leaving the children alone. You need to mentor these kids. Yeah, so I think it's something that God is going to ask us. That how did you mentor the children that I placed in your responsibility?
Yes, and unfortunately, they grow up fast. And then some moments are just irredeemable. You cannot redeem them. They are gone and they are gone. You miss that opportunity.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, so just focus on that as well. Family is also very important, because there will come a time when you everything, like you will not be able to work again. Maybe you become old. You won't be able to do anything regarding your career, but you would at that time need your family to be by your side. You would want your children to be by your side. If you are married, you would want your husband to be by your side. So I think we need to take this in account, that whatever the decisions I'm making, I should be able to balance, to take care of my family, because these are the people I'm gonna spend most of my time with, even in the future with.
Yes.
So we have to consider that. Yeah. So if you had maybe a choice, or somebody takes you back, could you choose differently? Do you think you could have done something different, or you are satisfied with the career that you have at this point?
I don't think I would change it in any way. Yeah. Because challenges aside, there are also exciting moments. Because you face challenges and you go through those challenges. And I mean the joy that you experience to see just tap water running in the village. Just to see that from where you come from, there was nothing there, and you see that you are able to impact other people in a small way or another. So I don't think I would change it, because my goal is to make a difference, no matter how small it is. But there should be a difference. So it's okay. I'm okay with it.
You are satisfied.
I'm satisfied.
You're not regretting.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So maybe just an advice that you'd want to give to the youth, especially girls who would want to take up this career, what can you say to them?
Firstly, I would say be you, discover you. Growing up, like in my case, I didn't take that time to discover me, to analyze what really my strengths are. But that's the thing that we learn as we grow as well. So be you, discover who you are, and when you do that, focus on that. God has given each and every one of us a lot that we can use to impact others. So whatever God has given you, work hard on it, hone your skills, work on them, and then you can achieve anything that you want to be. And also focus on that. Don't take out God. Yeah. God is very important. He has been the pillar in my journey so far. So without God, I don't know how people survive out there. So involve God in each and every decision that you make. Your life will be easier. Also find other people to mentor you. It will reduce your journey to the place where you want to be. They will help you a lot. And also work hard. Anything that will impact other people greatly needs you to dive deep into yourself. To produce more of yourself to impact other people.
Okay. Oh, that's very interesting, guys. We've reached to the end of this podcast, but before, I just want to put blessings on the spot a little bit. So I've known blessings for quite some time, but I know you to be a cool, collected girl. Just tell me, how do you do that? Were you born this way? Really, I usually think for myself, because some of us, you can even see right here that our personality is a little bit different. Others, some of us sometimes we want to talk and talk and talk. But Blessings is a cool, calm lady. So just share with us, how did you become like this? How do you do it?
I think that's the way I am. At first I thought that, because going back when I was before 9 years old, I remember being loud and always being the one who, like, when you are playing a game with your friends, always being the one who dish out the rules, follow my lead. But somehow, somewhere, I think after 10, I just became who, like, the laid back person that I am, kind of shy. But I think that's the way I was. I was made.
Oh, was it the Holy Spirit? Because we want to know that. How do I become cool? Like, how Blessings? Of course, you cannot be like somebody else. Every person is unique. But there are other traits that we need to be admiring in each other. That I think this trait is a good trait that I can easily emulate. It's good because sometimes you really need to be calm in other situations. You don't have to just be talking every time, but you should also be quick to listen and slow to speak. That's even what the Word of God tells us. So I just want to learn, and maybe somebody else also can learn from Blessings that how you became this way. Is it the Holy Spirit? Did you pray about it?
I think I was like this even before I got born again. I was kind of laid back, especially through high school and then college. And maybe some events might have happened in my life that might have made me to withdraw somehow. But I think that's a story for another day.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.